This is a 1725 Stradivarius, so it's almost 300 years old. There's about 600 Stradivari left in the world. He made about 1,000. And playing with the instruments that's been around for almost 300 years is very special. And I think of myself as being part of a very long journey that the violin have. And I am just part of a very short time frame of that very long life of the violin, which is such a privilege. This is not my only violin, but it's my primary violin. I have 4 other violins, and that came in very handy when I was submitting this great Stradivarius to repair. And that took about 3 years of time, and it was done in London, which gave me the opportunity to try different violins and understand how the difference in violins work. It took me quite a while to get used to it. It's a great violin, but just like a race car, it takes a while to get used to it. And in a way, the better the violin, the more difficult it is to fulfill its potential. So it took me a while to get used to how to play it and learn how it works and understand it. It's almost like a living person that you are dealing with. It has mood changes depending on the weather and humidity and cold and heat, and when I travel with it, it changes also. So it's almost like a dialogue between 2 people. That's how I look at it. It can be tricky to change back and forth between instruments because the dimensions are different and how they're set up is different. So in order to get the optimal result from the violin, I have to use different techniques, and that takes time to develop with any specific instrument. It also takes time for the instrument to get used to you. That's a process that can take years and sometimes decades. So it's a very fascinating subject, and also the type of bow you use make a big difference with the violin that you're using. So this combination of violin and bow works really great for me. It may not work for somebody else. Even though the bow is good, the player is good, and the instrument's good. So this is a sensitive and difficult, sometimes very frustrating subject. I did look at the Stradivariuses that are known, and it's frightening to see how many are missing or stolen or unaccounted for. I mean, what you normally see in a museum is something that I actually use every day. And they're not making any more of these, so it's very important that the people taking care of these violins take it seriously. The B flat on this particular violin rings really well. So each violin has different resonance points. So a B flat on a different Stradivarius may sound very different. But I think on this violin, with this bow, the B flat sounds really good. So I'm always happy when I see that in the music. That's B flat.